how to find the right branding photographer for you. Hi, it's Aideen Curtin here from Firechild Photography, talking about personal branding and personal branding photography. So last week we talked about preparing for your shoot, and one of the things I mentioned was finding the right photographer. And I felt like I just wanted to give a little bit of extra detail on how you can go about finding the right photographer for you. So yes, it's on you. You're the one who needs to do this work again to find the right person. But I wanted to give you some guidelines to help you. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to just think about the photographs themselves. Why do you want the photographs? What are they for? Who's going to see them? And how important are they? So, if it's a family portrait or wedding photography, it's going to be different viewers and different levels of importance. When it comes to branding photography, you have to think about it in terms of the return on your investment. So these photographs, the objective is to get you more clients, more sales, and ultimately to make you more profitable. So that's really, really important. And, you need to think about it like, what if this shoot made you sell an entire month's worth of your income in one launch? Or, there's a massive return on investment for something like branding photography. So it's worth putting that investment in time as well as the money. So going back to finding the person. So if you're based in Ireland and if you've been in business for a year or more, the local enterprise office has a scheme called the Trading Online Voucher, and it's a way to kind of help you get an online presence or boost the online presence that you already have. So as part of that, any of the services that you want to engage, they ask you to find 3 different quotes. Okay, and they ask you to do this not because they want you to choose the cheapest service or the most expensive. It's just due diligence. So so it's really good. And when you're in business on your own, this is something that you need to be doing on a regular basis, no matter what decision you're making. So finding the right photographer, then you need to find someone who is flexible, who is honest in their approach. You need to find somebody who can see into who you are as a person and find a way to bring that persona in front of the camera and into the images. You need to find somebody who understands your business and who's interested in what you do. You need to find somebody who can coach you through the session to create that impactful message in your photographs. Okay. Then when it comes to the style that the person uses, you need to decide, do you want kind of more natural light, kind of lifestyle based images, or do you want something that's shot in a studio? Most photographers will do one or the other more. They'll have a preference. Some photographers will only do both. It depends on the person. So you need to decide that, and then you need to look at their portfolio, like I said last week about the finished images. You need to find out what the deliverables are. So is your photographer going to provide you with web res images or high res? Are you going to have licenses to share them and print them? How much retouching do they do? Those kind of things are important for you to find out before you hire someone as well. Then what else? The process. The process is really important, because I said before, like, that your photographer needs to be able to kind of coach you to bring out your message in front of the camera, and they need to be able to help you to relax in front of the camera as well. So that starts in the process before the shoot ever begins. So you need to ask them, how do they find out what your message is? Make sure that they're not coming to you with assumptions about what your business is or who you are, based on the type of business that you have, because that's not how it works. Every business is different. You're the only one who does what you do the way that you do it. I say that a lot, but it's true, and that's the thing. You need to be able to bring that unique energy and your one-of-a-kind personality. You need to be able to portray that in your images, or otherwise, what's the point? Then getting back to the due diligence and the prices and all that kind of thing, I would say don't judge the photographer based on the price. Whether they're the most, just because they're the most expensive doesn't mean they're the best. Just because they're the cheapest doesn't mean, oh, they'll do a good enough job anyway. Remember that every shoot has quite a lot of work that goes into it. There are the meetings beforehand, there's the consultation, there's the preparation for the shoot. Maybe it's finding locations, getting the permissions to use those locations, all those kind of things. There's the day of the shoot then, you know, depending on what kind of shoot you're booking, can last anywhere between an hour and 6 hours, 8 hours. And then also, of course, the post-shoot processing, the culling, the editing, the processing the images, packaging them so that they're ready for you to use. Maybe even helping you with a strategy around how you're using them so that you're getting the most out of the images. So there are a lot of things to consider. As always, I'll be putting this into a blog post at the end of the week. I'll be sharing a couple of articles during the week around this topic. A few questions that it kind of boils down to, you know, do I like this person? Do they match my values? Do we share the same philosophy? Do they get me? And do I like their style? So they're just kind of basic questions that you need to ask yourself. So as always, send me a personal message if you want to ask me any questions. And today, the 19th of February, I'm going to be live with Girl Crew this evening at 7 o'clock on their Facebook page. So I'll be sharing the link to that later as well. I'd love if you could join me. See you. Bye.